Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be going over Tottenham Hotspur's 2-0 home win over Arsenal Football Club in the North London Derby in the Premier League match day 11. We started things off extremely strongly in the 13th minute with an absolute wonder goal from Heung-min Son. The ball was cleared very quickly after an Arsenal attack, found its way to Kane. Kane gave it right to Son, who just ran at the defense, cut inside, and unleashed a powerful shot from just outside the box, and it was a brilliant goal.
The last time that I remember a goal like that was against Leicester City in the 2018-19 season.
Oh yeah, that was a good goal.
That was very similar, except it was on the other side.
Yeah.
And I think this one was a little more farther out.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely more farther out. It was probably the goal of the month, even though we're literally one match week into the month, but, you know. And then in the 45th minute, just before halftime, Harry Kane makes it 2. Gio Lo Celso picks up the ball in Tottenham's defensive half after a cleared cross from Arsenal. It's cleared, falls to Gio Lo Celso, 4-on-2. Thomas Partey is nowhere to be found. He's actually on the side because he went down injured. But Lo Celso rushes at the defense, gives it to Son, goes on a one-on-one with a defender, but Kane's right behind him, flicks it to Kane, who smashes it into the roof of the net, just into the crossbar, past Leno. And that made it 2.
You have to give some credit to REA. He did very well with that.
That was a very good clearance.
It was a very good clearance, tackle,
whatever
you want to call it.
Yeah.
We probably weren't going for a second goal, probably just not letting Arsenal score because we were on the front foot.
I think we wanted a second goal, just not like any more
We
than
were
that.
expecting it to be earlier though.
Yeah.
So then we were just probably trying to stop Arsenal from scoring and going to halftime 1-0, but we went into halftime at 2-0 thanks to Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and Serge Aurier.
Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho kind of has a set-out plan for these top 6 games. It's basically like in the first half, break as much as you can, win the ball back, break, let them control the ball, but still break. And then if you can sustain a lead, second half, just sit defensively and just park the double-decker bus.
Yes, or the triple-decker bus.
Triple-decker, yeah.
In the first half, one thing that I noticed is that Tottenham were making the other team. We did this against Man City, making the other team think they're dominating.
Yeah.
But we are actually dominating. Yeah. When we break on the quick counter,
we get closer to the goal.
Yeah. Yet the other team are creating lots of low quality chances while we are creating lots of high quality chances.
But not that many.
Not that many, yeah.
So we're gonna go right into the player ratings, starting with captain Hugo Lloris, who was actually considered to be a huge doubt today. It was either because of testing positive for coronavirus or a muscular injury, but contrary to the news reports that we had seen, he started in goal and he provided, in my opinion, an 8 out of 10 performance. He didn't actually have to do much, but he had some very, very good distribution, especially on the goal kicks. He put it right up to the front men. I think once or twice there was almost a good chance to score. He had good collection in the box and 2 saves from 2 Alexander Lacazette headers. Very low to the ground, but yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with you. He had one awkward save that
very low to the ground.
Joe Hart, Gaza, they probably wouldn't have got that. Maybe Gaza, but Joe Hart probably not. I also think that he did very well on handling the ball, especially on corners. He also had really good communication with Alderweireld and Dyer. Yeah.
Next up is right back Serge Aurier. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He let no one and nothing past his side. He gave away 1 or 2 fouls, but they were tactical fouls. He had to do it. He had no other option. But, you know, he was getting forward, getting on the attacking momentum, but also defending and covering that right back position really well. And I think the signing of Doherty helped Serge Aurier perform a lot better, especially in that, like, defensively.
Yeah, I agree with you again that Aurier won't let anything get past him. He's also does well on the front foot. He was in the second half, after Heung-min Son went off, he was on the front foot a little bit more.
Yeah,
I noticed. And in the first half, he had some good tackles, especially right before halftime. He had that tackle that gave Spurs possession on the ball, and that led to the goal, the second goal.
That did. Yes, I remember that. Okay. Next up, we are going to go with center back Toby Alderweireld. This was his first game after coming back from that groin injury he suffered against Man City. And he dropped, in my opinion, a 9 out of 10 performance. He let nothing get past him with Dyer. He was spraying long balls up to the forwards, very composed on the ball. And I think Alderweireld and Dyer might be our best choice of center backs right now.
No, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 because he didn't do anything wrong. And whenever the ball came near him, I think almost every single time he touched the ball was a clearance or to get the ball under control or a pass.
It was never a bad move from him. Okay, next up
and
was
lots of defensive tackles.
Yes, especially that one in the end where he had to deny Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That was a very good tackle. We know how Toby Alderweireld is getting a bit older, so he doesn't have that much pace up against Aubameyang, who's one of the fastest forwards in the league. That was a really good tackle from him.
Aubameyang is also getting pretty old too.
Yeah, he is, but he's still fast. Okay, Eric Dyer is next, his center back pairing. I'm gonna give Dyer an 8.5. He was almost the same as Alderweireld. He headed away any threats, made sure to close everyone down, made a couple of important blocks. Only reason he is a little bit lower is because he did look a bit shaky in possession, and he misplaced one or two passes, but nothing that gave away like big chances to them.
I think I agree with you, but I think he looked fine. He didn't look shaky. Mm-hmm. Especially when defending, maybe on the ball a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean, in possession.
But that pass to Lloris,
that was a bit off.
Yeah. That's why I'm not giving him like a 9.
Yeah.
Or 9.5.
He was a bit shaky in possession, but other than that, he was really good. All right, now to the left side and last member of the defense, Sergio Reguilon. I'm going to give him an 8.5. He was up and down the wing. He was constantly giving a threat to Arsenal. And for the first goal, he was the one who actually overlapped Son so that Son could cut inside. Reguilon basically distracted Holding. And Bellerin had to cover Son, but he also wanted to cover Reguilon because he wanted to make sure, like, what if Son passes to Reguilon? So Reguilon just distracted the defenders, which gave Son a clear opportunity. No one was blocking him. So, and then around the 70th minute, I believe Ben Davies came on for, I believe it was Lo Celso. So Reguilon was able to go into more of a left wing position. He made some good runs, got no clear cut chances because he was constantly closed down by Arsenal, but it was a good performance from him.
I agree with you. One thing that he did very well. He did very well with intercepting passes, and I think that if Ben Davies had started, I think he of course we all know plays more defensively, but Reguilon does both.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I'm gonna give him a 10. He was so composed today. He made sure nothing got past him, and it was just another masterclass from the man who's always in the middle. An interesting fact, a lot of North London, Tottenham and Arsenal fans argue who's the best Pierre in London. Højbjerg actually had more shots on target than Aubameyang in this match. Aubameyang had none, and Højbjerg had one from that long-range shot that went right into Leno's hands. That was technically on target, so who's the better Pierre now?
Yeah, I agree with you. A 10 out of 10 for him. He's just a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Mourinho has found the player that he's going to start almost every game in the center of the field. Kind of being the leader.
He's kind of like a Matic. I believe it was Matic who like went everywhere with Chelsea, with Mourinho, and he was always that like starting general in midfield.
Yeah, that's what Højbjerg is now.
Yep.
One thing that I've noticed is that Højbjerg, Lloris, and Kane. We have 3 leaders in our
Don't forget
team.
Alderweireld.
And Alderweireld, yeah.
And Sissoko.
Sissoko,
as well. And Dyer.
And Dyer, but the 3 main ones are definitely Lloris, Højbjerg, and Kane.
Yes. All right, moving to Højbjerg's midfield partner, Moussa Sissoko. I'm going to give him a 9. He let, again, nothing get past him. He moved the ball up forward a good amount of times. He covered for Aurier if Aurier wanted to go forward. And it was just another really good performance from Sissoko. He needs to get new boots, though. He keeps slipping. Slips a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to give you him the same rating. He's just...
The GOAT.
He's looking like...
He's just so good.
He's looking more like Højbjerg in defense.
Yeah.
It's like he always makes these unexpected moves. He loses possession, then wins it back, and then helps like score a goal or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna give him the same rating that you gave him, and I forget what rating you gave
9.
him. So 9, yes.
Okay, next up is attacking midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso, who had to come in for Tanguy and Ndombele today because Ndombele was declared unfit today morning. I'm gonna give him 8. He, based on his last couple of performances, which have been very underwhelming, especially against Lask, today he was exceptional. He was winning back balls. I think he got a little too rash in tackles, but he was still making a lot of good moves, and he was the center of the counterattack that led to Harry Kane's goal in the 45th minute. He was the one who drove the ball forward. And that's one of the things he's actually very good at. He did that for Harry Kane's first goal last season against Leicester when we beat them 3-0.
I agree with you. 8. I'm also gonna give him an 8. He's looking a lot better on the ball. He reminds me of Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
Especially with his
dribbling,
control on the ball.
Yeah, and control.
With that run reminded me of it kind of seemed like Son. It was Son running.
It was a Son kind of
Son
run.
was a little taller.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, wait, who is that?
Now we're gonna move on to the right side to the goal scorer, Heung-min Son. I'm gonna give him a 9.5. Yeah. No, 9.9. No, I'm joking. I'm going to give him a 10. He scored an absolute wonder strike in the 13th minute. He got the assist with a clever flick in the 45th minute for Harry Kane's goal. And it was another really good performance from the Korean superstar.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give him a 9.5.
9.5? I mean, 10.
Sorry, 9.9.
Yeah, got it.
I'm just kidding. 10. That strike was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
You can't explain it.
I can't explain it. He's just too good. And then he assisted that goal.
Yep.
This player is crazy.
Yeah, it is. He is. Now we're going to move on to the other flank where Steven Bergwijn was playing. He has not had a very good game this season, except for that Maccabi Haifa 7-2 victory. But today was he was exceptional today. He may not have gotten a goal or assist, but he was making tackles, making the important tackles. He was transitioning the ball, and he almost had that role that Lucas Moura played in July when we won 2-1 against Arsenal. That was a very similar role. So I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
Okay, I'm gonna give him an 8. I think he did very well on the front foot. He made a lot of good runs, and one thing that I noticed, he's linking up very nicely with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Sissoko. I've noticed that they're like forming a triangle with each other.
Yeah.
Højbjerg, no, like literally a triangle. It's Højbjerg,
triangle, yeah.
Yeah, Højbjerg, then Sissoko, then
Bergwijn.
And
then Celso's a bit forward.
And then and then the Arsenal defenders are just going around
they don't know what
the
to
ball.
do.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and now lastly, we're gonna go on to the striker, Harry Kane. Now we're gonna move on to striker and forward, Harry Kane. 10.
10.
10. What else can you give this guy? For the first goal, he assisted well. He brought down the ball beautifully and touched it over to Heung-min Son. And for the second goal, he just smashed it past Leno.
He smashed it in like he meant it.
At the end of the first half, his forehead was red from trying to clear the ball along the defensive line. It was insane. It was very funny. But no, he was all over the pitch, defensive duties, attacking duties, and he was 10.
And he also made a world record. He's the highest scoring
player in the North London Derby with 11, beating Emmanuel Adebayor, who was at 10. But who was your man of the match? That's the end of the player ratings. Who's your man of the match?
How many people can we have man of the match?
As many as you want.
Okay.
Men of the match.
Men of the match. Okay. My men of the match are Højbjerg, Son, Kane, and Alderweireld.
Okay. My men of the match were Lloris, Aurier, Alderweireld, Dyer, Reguilon, Sissoko, Højbjerg, Bergwijn, Lo Celso, Son, and Kane.
Brilliant.